Hello my kings and queens, how you doing today? I trust you're all doing very well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, please do what to subscribe and turn on your notification for more videos. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you so very much for subscribing and for supporting this channel. Well, I told you guys that this week we'll be sharing very positive and inspirational stories. So if you have not watched the previous video, please go back and watch that video because that video is so inspirational. Like I told you, well, this a few weeks ago, I was so honored and so privileged to have been invited to attend a conference or a program with other African participants or participants from other African countries. And after the program, we were all asked to share our experiences about the program. And 4 of the participants shared their experiences that were so inspirational and they were so positive. And I like to share all 4 stories with you. I've already shared one and this is the second one that I'm sharing. So like I said, if you have not watched the first one, please go back and then watch the first video. Now let's go to the next story. Do you know the meaning of the word serendipity? Serendipity. Yes, serendipity. Now serendipity is like an occurrence or an event that was supposed to hurt you or harm you, but it turns out to work in your favor or for your good. Like that song they say, what the enemy meant for evil, God has turned it around. He's turning it around. You know that song, right? Okay, so it's just like something evil or something bad that was supposed to harm you or hurt you, but that same thing turns out to work in your favor or for your good. So let's look at the story and see why I'm saying this story is a typical example of the word or the meaning of the word serendipity. So the participants from Zimbabwe shared an inspirational story with us. According to her, she was in a relationship with this young man and things didn't go well. According to her, the problem was from the young man. Okay, and so even though the problem was from him, he felt that they could patch things out, but this man said that no, he was no longer interested in the relationship, so they went their separate ways. Now after a year, this young man came back and told the lady that she would like to patch things with her, and she said no, I told you that we should work things out and you said no, so I have moved on, I'm no longer interested. You could get another lady and then start your new life with her. But this young man would not take no for an answer. He kept on pestering this lady from time to time and then kept on pestering her. When he realized that the lady was serious and was no longer interested in him, he decided to teach this woman a lesson. So he used the lady's picture, the lady's old pictures while they were dating, and then went on a dating site and then used the lady's pictures to create a profile. Now after creating the profile, what he was doing was that he was taking money from prospective suitors or men who were interested in her. If you see this woman, you understand why some men will literally pay money in order to, keep her. This went on and on and on until one gentleman from the US decided that he would like to come to Zimbabwe in order to meet her. I don't know how the men were convinced or how this gentleman managed to convince this men to come to Zimbabwe to come and see this lady without even a video call. Now, according to this lady, when this man requested that he wanted to come to Zimbabwe, the other man on the other hand requested that he needed to send money in order to get him an apartment or a place to sleep because sleeping in a hotel would be expensive. And guess what? This man sends money. In fact, a huge sum of money in order for the lady to get an apartment and other things that will make this man's life comfortable while he was in Zimbabwe. Now this man traveled to Zimbabwe, and when he got to the airport, there was no show. He tried calling the lady and the phones were off. Nobody came to meet him like it was planned. Nothing. But this man went on to get a hotel and then spent some few days in a hotel. So a few days later, this man decided to report the incident to the police. And so they began to look for this lady. Now, there's something very interesting about African policemen that I super love. If they decide to pursue a case, even if you are under the earth, even if you have been swallowed by a whale, even if you are in the moon, wherever you are, as long as you are on planet Earth, trust me, they will look for you and get you. Unless, of course, they are not interested in the case and they don't want to pursue it. They will definitely get you. They started looking for this lady and decided to use almighty social media. Social media is getting results, trust me. So the first place that they went to was Facebook, and when they typed in the lady's name on Facebook, voila, she was on Facebook. So one of the police women decided to act like she wanted to buy something from her. Mind you, this lady sells ladies' clothes. So they decided that they were going to use that as a bait in order to easily get her. The moment she brings the clothes, then they will just arrest her. And it was cool. If you are selling clothes or if you are selling things and somebody or a prospective client or customer says she wants some of your clothes, you are definitely not going to say no. So the clothes were ordered online and she was asked to bring the clothes to their headquarters. So she went there, as innocent as she was, she went there comfortably in order to deliver her clothes. The day that she was supposed to deliver the clothes, this gentleman from the US was also asked to come there, because they told him that they've asked the lady to come to the headquarters with some clothes as a bait, of course, in order to get her, and of course in order to identify her if indeed she was the same person that he was dealing with on the dating sites. So on the third day, the lady brought the clothes and then voila, they arrested her. At this point, she was surprised. So she was completely confused and didn't know what was going on. So they sat her down and then they asked her whether she knew the gentleman. And she said no, obviously she didn't know him. Okay, they asked the gentleman if that was the same lady who collected his money. And he said, yes, you collected my money and you promised me that you meet me at the airport and we're supposed to be husband and wife when I come to Zimbabwe. Why are you not pretending that you don't know me? At this point, the lady didn't know what was going on. She said, look, gentleman, I don't know you. Have never met you. I don't even know what you are talking about. Now, at this point, everybody thought this lady was pretending because she had obviously taken money from this man and she didn't want to speak the truth. So this gentleman brought the chat that they had in the past. And she said, look, I don't even know what you are talking about. I have not gone on any dating site. We've never met. They went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the lady was eventually arrested. She was detained, actually. So while she was put behind tails, or while she was arrested, fortunately, one of the policemen said that she had a feeling that this lady was telling the truth, because all the questions that they asked her concerning the man and the dating site, she said she knew absolutely nothing about it. So they decided to use the same profile on the dating site to chat other people. Obviously, while she was in cell, there was no way that she could have communicated with anybody because her phone was taken away from her and she didn't have any access to the outside world. But lo and behold, when they started the chats, or when they started communicating with the profile, they realized that somebody was also communicating or was giving them answers to the questions that they were asking. Then they realized that it wasn't this same lady. So they had time and communicated with this person who was pretending to be the lady for a long time. At this point, the lady was asked to go home because they realized that she wasn't the one. Now, this man, on the other hand, realized that indeed the lady was not the one who pretended to be on a dating site. So he decided that he was just going to forget about the whole issue. Now, they lured this man on and slowly and gradually, and then to cut the long story short, they got hold of him. And that was when he confessed that he just wanted to punish his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend because she refused to date him again. A little backstory: the reason for which this man from the US had been to Zimbabwe before, and he actually had a business in Zimbabwe. So he was actually looking for a woman in Zimbabwe or a lady in Zimbabwe to marry, so that together they can take care of the business. And so when he realized that he was duped, he was virtually obviously disappointed, so he went back to the US. A few months later, however, he decided to come back to Zimbabwe in order to check on his business. And when he came back to Zimbabwe, he decided that he wanted to see this woman. So he met this lady, they talked about what happened, he apologized to her, and then, like they say, one thing led to the other, and to cut the long story short, he is married to this lady and they have a kid now. They actually have a daughter now. So gentleman or this lady's ex planned everything, hoping that he was going to use the lady's picture so that when trouble comes or when problems come, she'll be the one to be arrested, and then she'll be apprehended and she'll go to jail and he'll go scot-free, or she'll get into trouble because of what he was doing. What he didn't know was that what he planned in order to hurt this lady, or what was meant to hurt this lady, actually worked out for her good. It worked out for her goodness. And this woman is not just married to just anybody, but to a very successful businessman, and she's happily married and happily enjoying her marriage. So like I said, this story is just an example of the word, or the meaning of the word serendipity. Serendipity. Okay guys, so if you have enjoyed this story, don't forget to comment and turn on your notification for more stories. This is the second story. I'll be sharing the third one pretty soon, so watch this space and watch this channel, guys. The third story will blow your mind. It will definitely sweep you off your feet. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Till I see you in the next video. It's bye y'all.